This podcast is brought to you by Stevie Wicks and by Revival, Book 1 of the Unveiled book series.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this special bonus episode of the Your Broadway World Podcast. And Justin slowly waving creepily. Just
Queen wave.
not the Miss America wave.
It's the Queen wave.
It's the Queen.
I'm part of the monarchy. It's the Queen wave.
It's the Queen wave.
And the Canadian delegate is swiveling his head as he princess waves, as is tradition.
As is tradition. What a beautiful day for this podcast, and therefore the world.
The world.
And I couldn't be happier, pun intended, that we are-
Ugh.
Ugh.
I had to do it. It's just right there.
I mean, can we talk about my favorite? I mean, before we do anything, I have to say my favorite moment of the movie was when she looked directly into the camera and said, "Man, this sure is a wicked for good."
What?
What?
I don't know.
I was gonna say, did they add this in the Canadian version?
They did. They were like, "Welcome to Cineplex. This is a real wicked for good."
It's a real wicked for good, eh?
Oh, it's gonna be one of those shows.
Thank God I didn't take a drink yet, because I would have just like.
Hey, how many beers do you have to drink before you turn green? Take off, you hoser.
Ah, yeah, that's the mating call of a true blue Canadian.
That's a joke that one of you will get.
What? Oh my God. I'm wearing my Elphaba sweater.
I do like the sweater. The sweater
It's
does
nice.
work.
Yeah. It has like the broom on one, and it has like a broom and the green bottle on it. Green elixir. It's my
Yep.
favorite. It's my favorite
Where-
sweater.
Where shall we start? So I have thoughts.
I have thoughts.
Let the host.
Am I allowed to be mean? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
but
kidding.
you are allowed to be wicked.
I'm
You're-
allowed. Okay.
You're allowed to be critical, but not too
Okay,
like mean
so-
about it.
Here's
There
the,
we go,
here's,
okay.
the, here's the position I'm coming from. Okay, just as full disclosure. I'm
Flying
coming
monkey?
at this as a flying monkey of chaos who is not loyal to the musical. So I had no idea what was added except for the one really obvious one at the end where I would coldly make cuts to a number of songs in this. Like
You
just a
said that
ton.
about the first one.
And I absolutely mean it again. I would savagely cut at least 20 minutes of this movie. Hard. 20 minutes. Gone.
The worst part about this whole thing is the fact that this should have been one movie.
It should have
And
been one movie.
You really feel it in this one. There's so much filler in this movie. It's ridiculous.
If I had to watch Ariana Grande walk wistfully through a room one more time, I was gonna pull out what little hair I had.
I actually did see it all as one movie. I saw the double feature on Thursday.
Ah, but that still would have been too long for me. That would have been 4.5
Yeah,
hours or 4
this
hours.
should have been part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, to a nice clean 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
This would have been
I would have taken a 3-hour movie because
a
here's
nice
the
clean
thing.
3-hour movie.
The bulk of my criticisms are actually from my loyalty to the musical, which is
Really? Oh, that's so interesting.
phenomenal.
I'll
And
tell
most
you,
of the stuff that irked me, sorry, Haley, but most of the stuff that irks me about this movie is because of how far away from the musical they go.
Interesting. I've seen a lot of people say
Which
that it redeems the second half.
No.
Really fascinating. That's a fascinating perspective for
No.
me.
No, no,
Interesting.
and that's what kind of confuses me because first part one was not deviated from the musical at all.
I can explain why, actually.
Because Act Two is probably shorter, right?
Considerably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And even in the musical, there's a tiny bit of fluff because what will often happen in a because this happens in West Side Story too. It happens in almost every theater to screen adaptation, particularly musicals, because a Broadway show sells premium price tickets,
Yeah.
so your audience is expecting a
Yeah.
certain length, right?
Hmm. Absolutely.
But what will typically happen is most, not all, but most, people that write the musical book, right? The musical book for said musical, they will front load the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And typically in this, it's not the second act, but like your Broadway shows are split into two because you have your
Mm.
intermission. Typically in the second part, there's less going on, so that's where you tend to get your fluff. It happens in Rent, either that or they inflate the first part so much and then they've got to get where they're going. This is
Yep.
rarer, but sometimes the second half feels like a speed run.
Yes, Book of Mormon's just like that, where all of a sudden you're at the end and you're
100%.
like, "Whoa, we're at the end already? Where did that happen?" Yeah, man, this movie has a pacing problem. I'm sorry, Haley. This movie
Well,
has a pacing problem.
it's because the musical is kind of that way too, but like
Yeah.
you pointed out, the second part is actually shorter.
Yeah.
And
I felt you felt it. It felt it.
And
yeah, yeah.
well, they even said like, hey, it's like instead of it being, I can't remember how long a part one was, but
2.5, close
two,
to it, just
two
over
and
two
a
and a
half.
half. It was
Yeah,
closer
Yeah, I
to
think it was
three.
240.
two to
Yeah.
Yeah.
40. Oh yeah, yeah, it was. So they shaved, and they even said like this is gonna be shorter. They even warned us that it's gonna be shorter. So
Not by
And,
much.
and and they still added, but they still added a tremendous amount of
If
fluff.
this were a tight hour 45 to make 2 hours, I will give it 2 hours being generous. It'd be a much stronger movie. The fact that it's 2:15 is too long.
um, but I wanted to point out too that in the when I saw the double feature, they cut some things from the first one.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Some
Weird.
like
I mean,
not songs, but like lines.
Yeah.
huh.
I honestly, I would be interested in seeing a supercut of the two stitched together.
Like when I say cuts, like for me, it's like just small. Like there's scenes, like the scene where they make it clear that Elphaba and Scarecrow bang,
Yeah.
goes on for like a fucking eternity. How
Oh,
she
That's
slowly
actually
walks into the. Oh my God, it was agonizing.
that's actually play accurate. But I will say no, actually I take that back. The song is play accurate, but they okay. The thing that annoys me about both of these movies is the fact that they will take and they only do it with the super iconic numbers.
Yeah, Fort
The
Good's
ones
pacing is
that are
also not great in this.
the ones that are just kind of okay songs they don't really mess with too
yeah.
much. I don't know why they put breaks in the song. You are
I
ruining the
don't.
whole reason for the song. And
I
it's very abrupt and you notice it. And
my
it's
thing is
not
that
necessary.
I wait in as long as you're mine.
Hmm.
I didn't notice a break.
Yeah, they break singing to talk to each other multiple
Oh,
that's
that
like
times.
part. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I mean,
I
this one isn't the worst. Defying Gravity's by far the
Yeah,
worst, but we're
Defying
not
Gravity.
talking.
Defying Gravity's bad.
Yeah, we're not
Now
talking
that
about part one though. We're talking about part two.
but now that I've seen the double feature where I've seen the first one and the second one, yeah, I noticed that I'm starting to I noticed it this
So
time and I was like, yeah, this bothers me. This now bothers me.
If
it
you
bothers me. It bothers me.
if you yeah, if this were like if you cut this down to like an hour and then you tacked it on the end to have a shortened like by 40 minutes of the first one, it would be the perfect length. It would be a
Yeah.
great one. It would be a great one movie. Not to give away the ending. I just love the implication at the end that the Wicked Witch goes off to have freaky sex with the Scarecrow. I
Yeah.
just that just the happiest ending for her, really. The best
Um,
timeline.
can I
George just leaned in and he went, just so you know, it's medically accurate.
so
Wink.
I wanted to save this till the end, but I'll just get this over with now. Um, the prosthetics used for the Scarecrow's face.
Well, he
What
wasn't
the
CGI?
actual fuck?
Wait,
No,
wait,
it was
stop.
prosthetics.
No way, that wasn't CGI. That
No,
that
that
was
was
I
prosthetic.
couldn't.
prosthetics.
I couldn't. I wasn't sure what they did, but
It sure looked like CGI. That's incredible. What about the Tin Man?
Uh, prosthetics.
I
it
will say
seemed.
Amazing prosthetics. Amazing prosthetics. Like
I
the
was gonna
Tin
say
Man
The Tin Man was solid.
this
I
solid.
like what they did with the Tin
the
Man.
the Tin Man gets a compliment sandwich. The scene where he gets turned into the Tin Man is way too long, but it is upsetting. Like
Mm,
legit upsetting. Like
yeah.
legit upsetting. He
I'll
is an
say this.
upsetting character.
It's
Yeah.
better. It's better on stage. I'm not gonna
I'll
lie. It
I'll
is better on stage.
I'll say this though. I
Ethan Slater? Yeah, Ethan Slater.
yeah.
Knocked that out.
I will say this though. Ethan Slater redeemed himself. I'll say this. He redeemed himself with the Witch Hunter.
Oh
March of the
yeah, that was except again. Okay, I want to say nice things. I promise. But since you brought up March of the Witch Hunters, um, I don't love how Dorothy and the gang are included in that number. I know Bach is part of it and the stage, but it's not so much that he's there, it's how he's there. Like, I understand Bach's angry, but man, he's bringing like some real fanaticism here, and
My
it's a
so
smidge too much.
So
Yeah.
my this is where my perspective as the non-musical guy who's I've never seen the musical, so this is my perspective on that scene, right? Of that subplot generally. It is weird and distracting how the movie has to kind of stop and contort itself to be part of the 1945 Wizard of Oz movie.
Which they
Like
fail at. They
it's
fail at
bad.
miserably.
It makes Dorothy look awful. Like
I
she just looks
know.
like she just
Okay, so
murders somebody. It looks
Did
weird.
you?
okay. So
Gleefully
you keep
skips off.
you keep bringing up the bad stuff, right? It's I promise I have compliments. I
I do
think
too.
I think the thing that honestly made me the most angry was how Dorothy ends up killing the Wicked Witch, because this makes it look like a very deliberate assassination when that is not what happened. It was an
No.
accident. Dorothy was trying to put out a fire because the Wicked Witch set the Scarecrow on fire, and she's
But
trying to put it out.
this is not the Wizard of Oz.
But I
But the
understand
movie
that.
the movie
But they're
wants you to
trying to tell you that
yeah.
it is.
The movie wants you to think very specifically that it is the oh, I'm spacing on her name, the 1940s one. It wants you to think it's that Wizard of Oz movie.
The
So then out
Judy
of
Garland.
nowhere, the what's Alphabet just starts acting like Margaret Hamilton. It's really wonky and disjointed. It feels weird. At least felt weird to me.
Although I do appreciate them keeping her, you know, out of it. Kind of like they didn't show her doing it, just like in the musical. They didn't show her actually doing it. They just show her shadow doing
I,
it.
I liked the shadow work. I thought
Yeah.
because that's a nod to the musical. I just would
Yep.
have liked, because again, it would actually make more sense for what they're trying to do if they kept what happened in the Wizard of Oz, because Fiero's in on it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it makes way more sense for things to transpire as they did in the original movie, because this story tells you that it's Fiero's idea.
Yeah.
well, I have his it's sort of wonky because guys like the fact that they're supposed to be the characters from that 1945 movie, yeah, makes it like so. Wait, so murderous? The Tin Man always seemed like an easygoing guy. Vengeful murder Tin Man just doesn't seem like he fits in with the. Why can't I remember her name?
Judy Garland.
Dorothy. Judy, thank you, Judy Garland. He's just not fitting into the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz movie. He's just and I don't like they do explain how him not having a heart, how that ties into the whole him not having a heart bit, but they don't really explain Fiero being the needing a brain. Like they don't explain that. Like they don't tie, I should say they don't tie that into his
Because
character at all.
because that's not in the musical, and um
I thought they were gonna do sorry not to cut you off. I thought they were gonna do like a he gets amnesia thing, but he's not really the scarecrow long enough for that to matter.
So my 2 cents, because Haley, we were talking off air before we started how another. I promise I'll say nice things here.
We'll say
That's just
You
nice
keep
things.
saying that.
no, because we keep bringing things up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was an issue too. Okay, I'll start with the compliment, and then I'll go into the complaint.
Compliment sandwich,
Yeah.
Jake. Compliment
Yes.
Yeah.
sandwich.
So I thought the scene where they actually take Fierro out to the field was exceptionally well done. I
Oh,
loved the juxtaposition, chef's kiss. It was great. The post
Yeah.
they tie him to looks a little bit too much like a cross, but hey, it's
Metaphors,
isn't
Jake.
that what?
Metaphors.
Isn't that
Allegories.
what they tied scarecrows to though?
Not really.
not it doesn't have to be full cross. In fact, in the Wizard of Oz, he's just on a pole.
Yeah,
Oh.
But
yeah.
but in this movie, it does make sense. I'm just saying it's eerily cross-like, which I get the symbolism they're going for. It's a bit presumptuous, but hey,
Yeah.
it works. It works because they have to put his arms around something because at this point
Yeah.
he can still fight back. So I did love that. I thought that was great. But we were talking off air about how this movie they say a lot of time has passed, but they
Okay,
don't
okay.
act like it.
Okay. I had. This is my question for the people who had seen the play. How much of a time skip is it supposed to have been?
5 years.
It does.
I
Oh,
think.
5 years.
Is it
Yeah, I
supposed to
don't
be
buy.
5 years?
I don't buy that
That
it's been 5
seems
years.
odd because just because from my perspective, the sister goes from being the sweetest chestnut of a little girl to just being awful on
No,
a
Nessa's
just
always
a
awful.
is she? Because she's
Yeah,
Nessa's
in
been
Nessa's
awful.
the
Nessa's
movie,
terrible.
but the movie makes her seem like such a sweet. From my perspective, the movie paints her as being a sweet, kind-hearted young girl, and she's just vicious in this, seemingly out of nowhere.
I think you missed some bits in part one because Nessa is always treated as a spoiled,
Little
woe
brat.
is, yeah, a spoiled, woe is me, da 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 da.
Brat.
Because like
Now, to be fair,
I
they dial it up, which she's supposed to now.
as her being the Wicked Witch of the East, caught me completely off. I was like, oh wow, I didn't. If in part one, never would have put that together for part
Yeah.
two. So I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of clever.
Yeah. Um. Well, I'll say this now. Now that you brought Wicked Witch of the East up, I have
See,
problems. I have fucking problems.
see,
That's
it's not so
problems.
easy to.
Ooh,
I want to do the compliment sandwich, but we've said some nice things. But what are your problems?
God, tell me your problems,
Okay,
Celia.
one. First of all, Marissa Bodie's comments in interviews that she said, "Oh, we made it so it's not ableist and blah 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 blah. So we changed things so it's not ableist and
Fuck,
shit."
they didn't.
Oh, is that so? It's the moment where she floats around and her shoes turn red that she walks
Yeah,
on stage. That's the bit on
yeah.
stage.
So then,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
like she she said like, "Oh yeah, we made it so like instead of like her wanting Elphaba's help to walk, now it's just something different." And
It's really
Wow, talk about missing the mark because,
it,
like, okay, Haley, I'm gonna ask your opinion on this because I don't know. Is that the stage, what they do on
yeah,
stage, is that ableist to you? And
no,
okay, I didn't think so because my perception always was this thing is not supposed to be happening
yeah,
because what the theme is, it is the theme in Wicked, but the theme of Wicked is to be okay with who you are. Now,
yes,
in that moment, and that's why it goes awry because Nessa is asking for something that contradicts that main point, and
yeah,
that's why it goes awry. It's not supposed to be happening, but as Justin is well aware, media literacy is dead, and
yeah. Oh boy, is it ever.
funnily enough, I have a hunch that anyone who said it was ableist was in fact not handicapped in any way, shape, or form.
Marissa
No.
Bodie was the one that said that it was ableist.
Is she handicapped?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
and
I guess she
I
didn't
just
want
think
to.
Hey, Scarecrow, give me one of those crows to eat real quick.
I think the implication being sorry, Haley, correct me if I'm wrong here. The
good.
implication being that um it gives the audience the implication that being in a wheelchair is bad, and she didn't want to give the impression that being in a wheelchair is bad. I think that's probably an oversimplification, but that I think is maybe the implication that she feels is ableist. So I would see how from her perspective this is, oh, she just gets to float around a bunch and it doesn't dismiss her as a wheelchair user. She still is a wheelchair user out the back of it.
Um, I believe so. There
We're
was
getting deep here.
a po there was a
I
post.
myself I don't use a wheelchair, so I'm not one to speak on that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand here because I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I would never dare to speak for someone who is. So
I would never dare to presume because it's not
yeah,
something that I've had. It's not something that I've had to do. So
exactly. We may be problematic, but not in that area.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
a post on Pink News that said, uh, Marissa Bodie, who plays Nessa Rose in Wicked for Good, spoke out about uh, disability representation in the film. She shared that while she doesn't speak for all disabled people, she feels there is a common misconception that all disabled people want to be fixed.
Oh, I don't want to touch that one
Yeah,
because
I know,
again,
right? That yeah.
I'm not disabled, but
Here's my 50-foot pole that I'm not touching it with.
yeah, and it's only because I don't want to insult people unintentionally. So how do I?
The
Can I touch
disabled
it?
community can be kind of mean, so
That is
they
Justin. You dropped your 50-foot pole.
I know.
It's on the
They,
ground over there.
yeah.
You threw that fucker.
I was like, "Phew, there it is. It's all the way over there.
um.
I don't want to
Oh.
upset them. It's
Okay.
okay.
Oh God. How do I?
Package that real quick.
Choose. Just choose your. I'm not gonna get mad. Okay.
I know. I'm trying to word this properly, and because I don't mean it the way it sounds, I just can't. Okay. I'm gonna use the example of of a blind man. I mean, if someone could wave a magic wand and allow a blind person to see, I kind of feel like there's very few people that wouldn't take up that offer.
You.
And
You.
it's not to say that being blind makes you inherently worse, but I don't know. I kind of feel okay, here's a better example. Human beings can't fly. I'm pretty sure if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna wave this magic wand and you can fucking fly." Yeah, let's
Sure,
do
why
it.
not?
Yeah,
Sure.
And hey,
that would
man,
make me happier.
if you're
Yeah.
like, no, thank you, magic wand guy, I like to continue to be blind. I'll be like, okay, moving on. Like
Yeah,
I
Moving
feel
like
like that's
on.
also fair. That's also
yeah,
fair.
but I kind of to me, my perspective, which could very well be flawed, I don't feel that it's ableist for someone who's in a wheelchair, for somebody in a story in a wheelchair to for someone in a story in a wheelchair, say that fast 6 times, to want to be able to walk. I don't.
Also,
Words is hard.
an
Words
addendum
is hard.
an addendum I would add to that is within the context of that scene, she's awful. So like her being ableist could be a negative character trait. Just putting that out there.
Well, she's
Like you
yeah,
could
she would be.
make it
Oh,
so her wanting to walk is ableist, and that is what makes her a flawed character.
oh, that just makes her awful. So,
Yeah.
speaking of words as being hard, okay, this movie did something that I absolutely fucking hate, and it's a me problem, but it's wrong. And I know why they did it because they wanted to do a wink at a song, but it's grammatically incorrect. When Elphaba says to Glinda, "It's between the wizard and I," that is grammatically incorrect. In
It's
that
the
inst
song.
I understand that, but damn it, Haley, in grammatically speaking, in that context, in that moment, it's
Get
between the
over it.
wizard. No, I can't because grammar, Haley, because grammar. English sucks, and I have to say it. In that
Hey,
moment, with the context of their conversation, Elphaba should have said it's between the wizard and me. Because in that sentence, in that context, if you take the wizard out of the sentence, Elphaba would have said it's between I, and that doesn't make fucking sense. The song makes sense.
So Jake is out here being a real grammar Nazi. I have to talk about Madame Himmler, and that is only a joke for Jake. That is only a joke for Jake. I was thinking about it the whole movie.
You fucker.
I was thinking about it the whole movie. I'm like, that's who she is. That's who she is in this context.
Oh God.
That joke
She's more like Madame Goebbels, but I understand what you're.
You fucker.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You fuck.
I know we keep saying we're gonna say nice things, and I promise we will, but she's awful. She's
Oh
awful.
God,
She's so awful.
I thought Michelle Yeoh's presence bothered me in the previous movie.
Thank you.
My goodness, she can't
Holy
sing.
shit!
I will say one thing.
Wow.
I have one good thing to say. I thought I really liked the little like. Well, it's not really about her, but it's about like her like what she does and stuff. I don't know if you noticed, but like throughout the both movies, it's like in part one, her hair was completely like nice and clean and just like all like put together nice, and then in the second one, it with each minute, with each scene, it would get more wild, and
I
that's
did notice that.
and that is a nod to uh, and that is to show like she's losing control of things.
Oh, interesting.
That is a touch that I did like. But speaking of Nazis, did you notice the SS uniforms? They were on they were a blink and you miss it, but they were there. By God, they were there.
What?
Oh no, I totally.
The
That's
the
funny.
the special soldiers that were in black,
That's
and I'm just like, that's a
choice.
statement.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, I just remembered.
I was like, wow,
Oh,
okay, that's a
I have to. Okay, another thing I have to admit is sometimes there are certain movies that they're more fun because I watch them with Jordan,
mhm.
and Jordan will make a joke that's funny. So just to go back to Nessa Rose real quick, when she started to summon the tornado, Jordan went, "The house is coming. He's coming for her. He's coming for her." And then when it hit her, and I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. Jordan went. Jordan went, I told you that house is coming for her.
I was a little upset by them missing the missing the opportunity to have the feet stick out like in the Wizard of
yeah.
Oz.
Well, here's another part that bothered me. Speaking of not adhering to the Wizard of Oz, Elphaba and Glinda speak to one another when that happens. And
Mhm.
in this movie, Dorothy's sent on her way before Elphaba makes an appearance.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's a
Because
fair point.
it goes toward the musical.
I know, but
But it's so coded in that 1945 movie. It
Yeah.
wants you to. Well, it is and it isn't because she very specifically doesn't call him the Cowardly Lion because I'm guessing the name Cowardly Lion belongs to MGM.
Mm. I was surprised by how good Coleman was.
all two of his lines.
All two of his lines.
The thing. Okay, I want the thing I like about this movie is its perspective on propaganda. I really like that. I did think its conclusion that propaganda is good. Actually, it just depends on the right propaganda. Was kind of weird,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
but our propaganda is the good propaganda.
I did notice that really kind of questionable.
Uh,
Yeah, that's kind
yeah.
of because the whole movie makes you think that truth is desirable, but then in the end, it's just kind of like we're gonna give them new bullshit,
Like so like
better bullshit.
we're gonna install our own leader after we take out all of her political enemies and romantic rival because from Glinda's perspective, they're all dead. Like she just Game of Thrones thing cleared the table and is now taking control of Oz. Like I'm just gonna say it, the shot of her putting on the crown was oddly sinister. It was kind of giving
I
Darth Vader a little bit.
I did really love Wonderful though. Wonderful was my favorite.
Jeff Goldblum was much more tolerable in this movie,
see
and
that.
I did enjoy Wonderful. I thought that was fun.
The fact that
I
they
thought that
added
song was not very good.
the fact that they added Glinda to
Yeah,
this,
I think that's what made it
Interesting.
good.
that
What's
was evil, but
which
also
ones? Which ones are the
amazing.
ones that are added for the movie? Just out of curiosity.
Girl in the Bubble and
No place like
no,
home.
there's no place like home.
Which one
Which,
is? Which one is?
which Haley said off air. She said no place like home felt real Disney, and I was like, yeah, you're right. It's almost as if they had talking animal. Oh God, it's Disney.
Which one is? Sorry, which one? Which one is the second one? Is that the one
Girl
that?
in the
Yeah,
Bubble.
Girl
yeah,
on
the
Bubble.
girl in the bubble. Is
It's where
which?
Glinda sings "Girl in the Bubble."
Yeah, but which is the because the one I thought was the one that was added was the one at the very end where she's singing by herself. That girl in
No.
the bubble? I don't know these songs
That I
by
think
name. That's why I'm
that's
struggling.
that's that's kind of an extension of a song that's in the musical, but which they did that a lot in this movie too.
Yeah.
Okay.
They bring back motifs from other songs to kind of elongate scenes. They
Yeah.
extend and reuse, which is fine. They
Yeah.
can do that. It's a musical theme, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they just do it in places that the stage play didn't. Did they? Did they do "I'm Not That Girl" in part one? Yes, they did. I remember
Yes,
it
they
now.
did. It was
I
like
was,
after, yeah.
yeah,
It was
yeah. I remember
after,
now.
yeah.
I remember now because they brought it back in this one, which I actually like the reprise more.
Yeah.
So when they brought that back, I was like, yes,
I will compliment. This is a compliment, genuine compliment. Normally you can tell the songs that, and you can kind of tell here a little bit, but you can tell the songs that have been added that are new. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell which ones weren't from the original musical just by ear, which is
Yeah.
they,
which is impressive.
yeah, they did a good job of shoehorning those in a way that
Yeah.
didn't feel overly shoehorned. Like if you've seen the stage play, you know, but
Yeah.
it's not like it comes out of nowhere. It's not like the live action Aladdin where it's just like,
Yeah.
hey, new songs.
Yeah, the
See,
live action Aladdin where the climax stops so she can sing it. That didn't feel like this.
in
Yeah.
my humble opinion, I think her singing "I'm Not That Girl" reprise after her wedding gets destroyed and just looking at all the destruction and like crying and stuff,
That seems good. That
that
Yeah.
seems good.
broke me.
I was
So
impressed by Ariana Grande. There was some subtlety in the performance in this that I was impressed by,
it's so
considering it's Ariana
funny.
Grande.
It's so funny because Virus said he didn't care for Ariana Grande's performance because Glinda's a ditzy blonde, and I was just like, no, you gotta wait. It's
But
coming. Because that's who she is in part one.
But that's
it,
what. Oh, I had to leave. I had to leave.
To leave.
my response to that would be, but that's the point. It's put
Yeah.
upon. The idea is it's a persona. It's not real. That's why I like this one where it peels back those layers and you find out that yeah, she's just like a little girl inside
Yeah.
who doesn't who. I will say that, and Jordan got tired of it. That her is the her making up stupid words a running thing in the play as well. Or is that an
Oh
Ariana Grande thing? Because it got
Yes.
old in
no,
this.
it's a play thing, but by God, they do it or they do it way too much
I think it's
in
an
this
Aussian
version.
thing too, though, to be
It's an
honest.
Ozian thing, but like they did it two or three times in part one. I think they just didn't stop in this one, and it was so annoying.
Like it came across in the first part that it was a character bit for Glinda, and that she had yes sheep people who were just doing it because she's popular. In this one, it felt inorganic. Like it was fine when she did it because I'm like, oh, it's part of her character that she says made up words. But
Yeah.
when other people were still doing it, I'm like, no, she's supposed to be an adult now. Now it feels sycophantic and weird.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I have a couple of good things, but also one thing that kind of annoyed me. Part one, I didn't mind this. Part two, I'm just like, you need to go. Um, because Fanny and Chen Chen are in the play not characters that have lines or like stuff or
Or
songs
part of
or
an
anything.
ensemble that
They're
like
part of an
follows her around at
ensemble.
shiz. Yeah,
And I feel like they just added Bo and Yang because Ariana for the first movie went on SNL, and so because they were best friends, they she wanted them in a part of the movie, so she
you
got the
know,
part.
you know what? They didn't bother me so much. I can see why they would bother you though. I can see why they would bother some people, but I was more I was more um, insulted by other aspects that them just running around as lackeys didn't really bother me all that much. But
Well,
I like those parts though.
although Bo and Yang bothers me anyway as a human being.
fair enough.
I don't know enough about him to have an opinion.
He's there. Like he's one of those like you know him when you see him.
He's there. I mean I know who he is, and I
If
know
you
he's on
watch SNL,
SNL.
yeah.
I think he was part of that Try Guys video that I fucking hate. The Try Guys SNL sketch that was god awful. It was
Yeah.
like this is about
Which
as bad.
actually, not to get off topic, but I have to sing Ariana Grande's praises because her SNL stuff is
Is
Oh,
is
I love
good.
it.
It's
it's
funny.
banger after banger after
Yeah.
banger.
She
Her
in December is
she
gonna be back.
nice because she does not get enough credit for her comedic timing, but she is
No,
actually
she's really funny.
exceptionally good. Well, she got her start on a sitcom. People forget that.
Yeah.
I mean,
she does.
Ariana Grande is funny.
Reasonably
Yeah.
solid one too. There's some solid jokes in those shows.
Her
I mean,
impressions are phenomenal too.
Yeah.
Like
really good.
they're really
Um,
good.
Are we going to talk about how social media has taken a weird 180 on them though for their press tour? Have you guys not seen
Well,
that?
yeah, that's odd.
I
That's
just
weird.
that's why I was just like they're different, and then I moved on with my day. That's
Oh,
that's.
that just thank you, Justin, that reminded me. I wanted to say this in the beginning before we started the whole talking about wicked stuff, but I guess I can talk about it now.
Solid, yeah.
The guy at the fucking Singapore.
I have questions
Oh,
fuck
about
that guy.
him.
No,
Fuck that guy.
no. Let me get my and then you can ask the
Angry
questions.
rant
Just
away. Angry rant
the
away.
guy at the fucking Singapore that jumped Ariana. Fuck you, and I hope you spend the rest of your life in jail.
6
But not-
days, but
But and the fact that you only got 9 days,
Oh,
that's
9
just
days.
the fact that you only got 9 days, you got fucking lucky. You got fucking lucky.
Unfortunately, he didn't do. I mean, he didn't do it. I get what he did was bad, but like in terms of putting him in 9 days is not great. Maybe I
No.
mean, in terms of like he just kind of put his arm around her, kind of non-aggressively. So like it's
No,
not that
no.
it's not
That's
that I'm
not what I
saying.
saw. It's not what I saw.
Like like, I'm not saying like it wasn't traumatizing and bad and that he should not be banned from red carpets, but like I'm not like life in prison. I'm like, hey, maybe a couple months in prison or a year
Yeah.
in prison,
Well,
but I'm not like lock him up and throw away the key. That seems a bit over
they
the
brought
top.
back caning for drug charges. I just
Yeah.
say hit him with a stick.
That would do it. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with hitting him with a stick.
Also,
That feels reasonable.
also to the
Ariana, do it.
Yeah, let Ariana do it.
Also to the bodyguard that didn't do shit and Cynthia had to do all the work. Fuck you too.
My thing is just like, why do they not? Why is he not banned from red carpets? Like,
I'm sure he is now.
He is
I'm
now.
sure he is now. It's just the fact that he's done this more than once that weirds me
This
out.
this is true. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, this guy's an asshole. Maybe you should not invite him anymore.
Yeah, it's stuff like that bothers me because I'm like,
Yeah.
man, we're cool.
Okay,
Where's our
one-
why are you inviting Jumpy McGee
Right.
there?
more thing, and then I'll calm down and we can talk about Wicked some more. You are a disgusting human being, and I hope you get.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, what'd I do?
No, not you.
What did I
She's
do?
like looking right at me, and I'm like, I didn't mean to be
blinked into my
ableist.
she blinked into my soul there for a second.
I know. I was like,
Oof.
wow.
Felt that rage.
Back. Oh my god. I just have one more thing to say about him, and then we can get back to Wicked. You are a disgusting human being, and
Again, I feel like that's coming at me.
you're not
Like I
gonna
just
shush. You're fine,
It's very pointed.
and
I'll just look away for a moment.
and
Yeah, it's gonna hurt
I
my-
really hope that you get the day that you deserve, which is not a good one.
Yeah.
I hope that you.
I hope your
that you,
drink spills on you.
I hope you stub your toe inconveniently.
Oh my god, you should tell you should tell.
Yeah, no, I had such a you can't see it because it's a black shirt, but I had a rough start to this movie. My drink had a hole in it,
Oh no!
and it went I can see it, but you can't because it's dark. But like, there's a big wet spot right here, and then I use the application Theater Ears for my wife so that she can watch the movie in Spanish, and
Huh.
the fucking thing would not load. We were 40 minutes in before it loaded the dub for her.
That's fucking annoying.
It's very annoying.
Jordan
Yeah,
was off put by the fact that we were the only men in the theater, and we sit in the objectively best seat in the theater, which is the back corner. And he pointed out that we were sitting in the back dark corner, just two guys just watching Wicked. And he was like, "This doesn't look weird, not at all."
people just thought you were on a date.
That's what he said. So the nice lady at the candy counter probably thought we were here on a date.
It's like,
Oh,
oh, that's so cute. They have the same haircut.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like he brought his
oh,
doppelganger with him.
what a
And then some poor
nightmare.
dad walked out and went, and it became apparent after the second trailer for a chick flick that looked terrible that we were like, this is. I feel bad criticizing this movie because it's really not for it's. I'm
Mm.
not the target demographic. All the little girls who applauded at the end of it,
And that's fair.
it's for them. That's who this is for. They had a great time. One little
Oh
girl was weeping.
God.
Like I'm like
Like,
she'll remember this for the rest of her life, and that's what
yeah.
matters.
See, there's this one lady though that really irked me at my uh Thursday showing because I saw the double feature. I got up when part one ended it, and I had 13 minutes before the second one
Oh, that's
appeared.
solid.
And I went up, got up, and to go to the bathroom. This bitch wouldn't get out of my way so I can go out of the theater, and and she was like just standing there taking photos of her in the screen. I'm like, and
So here's
I kept saying, excuse me," and she wouldn't get out of the way.
what you do is you just can't kindly ram whatever, just ram into her. Just bang, bang, right into her kneecaps.
It's like,
It,
wish I had a magic wand so I could stand up for a second and kick your ass.
just completely ram into her and then make her collapse out from underneath her.
Me
That'll
and
teach
my
her a lesson.
me and my mom both were like, "What the fuck? Why isn't this bitch moving?"
Just or you could do whatever I tell Jordan to do. He was mad about the bank the other day. I said, Jordan, have you tried making a scene? You could just make a scene. That that always works. Get out of my way, you stupid bitch! You could just do that. That works.
And then here's your out for that. After you've made your scene, you just go and scene. So then they think you're just an actor practicing.
I have.
Exactly. Brilliant plan. Can't fail. Cannot fail. Cannot fail.
Okay, I feel like I should start making some compliments.
Gonna get all those compliments in that compliment sandwich.
Yeah, because
Or just
we're
pretend I didn't say it. Just be like, "Well, I didn't say anything. It was the
Who,
people
who
behind
said
me."
that? You just look at them and be like, I'm gonna gaslight the shit out of you now. Who said that?
um hmm.
I think the performances are good. I genuinely do. I do enjoy.
Yeah.
As much as I didn't like his singing very much, I did like Jeff Goldblum. He's delightful
He
in this
was
movie.
better. He comes across more just befuddled idiot in this one rather than some maniacal genius.
But while you're thinking of a compliment, here's another. I will say I hate when movies pretend like obvious twists are clever. Like so, it's a pet peeve of mine. So the fact that spoiler alert, I've already spoiled the shit out of it, but the fact that the wizard is her dad was so fucking obvious. The fact that it treated it like it was clever
Well,
enraged me.
no, it did plant it in part one. Like
It does
they,
Um,
absolutely plant it in part one.
yeah,
I will.
it's supposed to be obvious to you.
Yeah. Um, I will say though, um, the scene when he finally figures out um that Elphaba was his daughter.
That scene's so good.
That
It
scene
is
Yeah,
was
that's really
so
good.
good,
the
but
look. I love the look of a man who's doing math in his head. Wait, 9 months.
It's
Oh
like, wait,
no!
hey, wait, let him get there.
but
Let him get there.
It's taking a minute.
but I really wish I would have heard that song again from that part of the when it
Mm-mm.
flashed back. It was silent, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I agree. It should have kind of like
especially
faded
because
in a little bit.
Yeah.
I love how at the end it comes full circle with the beginning of the first movie, and she goes to walk off, and you think it's over. She's like, "But actually," and she doubles back. I really like that. That was a cool
And then
moment.
she announces that she would like to be Glinda the Good, actually.
I just love how post. I mean, yeah, the scene of her deposing Markle, Madame
Madam
Markle,
Madam
Morrible.
Morrible.
Madame Morrible. When she deposes her, she's like, "And you're gone." Was so awesome. I love how post Alphaba dying, she's just cold.
They kind of,
She's so just done with everything. Like
yeah.
it's so great. It's
They
so good.
kind of ruined that scene though. They kind of made it sounded it. They changed a couple lines of her saying like the whole captivity saying that she said when she's getting rid of Madame Morrible. They
Is it
changed
is
that.
Did they?
Hmm.
Is it because does it read? Because we joked about it, but it really does read as like Game of Thrones in the movie. I'm guessing it doesn't read that way in the original musical. Like it's not nearly as
It's a bit.
oddly
It's a bit.
sinister.
It's a bit funnier.
In
Okay, because
the
this is like she's like, and I'm out for vengeance for my friend and my lover who my friend stole and turned into a
Okay, so
scarecrow.
that I'll say a compliment after this. Um, Haley, this is why I was asking you because and it could have been avoided because see, okay, and I get it, especially if you like the musical. You may not have put together the fact that Fiyero is literally at his own wedding, and then his green girl crush comes back. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm out." Totally made a promise, but yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
But to be
And
fair,
it doesn't make him look good. And in the musical, he does kind of reluctantly agree to the
yeah,
engagement, but they don't get to the wedding.
yeah,
to be fair to Fierro, they do make it clear that it is a marriage of convenience.
yeah,
They make
Yes,
that like extremely clear.
but one that he affirmatively agrees to.
yeah.
I mean, one the thing that bothered Jordan didn't bother me so much because he watched the first one this morning, and but he said that uh, the addition of SpongeBob, that's a joke for Haley, SpongeBob leaving the Wicked Witch of the East for Glinda was dumb because he had gotten over his crush on Glinda, and they had resolved that storyline in the previous movie. At least he had felt so. And I hadn't watched it recent enough to agree or disagree. I will say it did feel kind of like a hat on a hat a little bit of like
Mhm.
he could have just been like, I'm leaving because you're keeping me enslaved. But that wasn't a
Oh,
complaint
Mm,
I had.
I'm sorry, you just reminded me of my other. Remember in part one where I pointed out that there weren't any short munchkins?
mm.
How the fuck do they know who's a munchkin to not allow them to travel?
Papers. You gotta check those papers.
Papers.
They didn't check papers though.
Munchkin is very. I don't know if it's supposed to read this way in the musical, but Munchkin very much reads as a particular group of people in this movie.
It's not like a side. It's a very well group of people.
Yeah, but yeah, I did. Yeah, no, yeah, they're very a particular group code, but the animals are also a very particular group of people coded as
Mm.
well.
Sorry,
Nice
sorry,
things.
sorry. I got a little heated earlier. I just kind of hate that guy so much.
He sucks. It's just, for me, it's never when okay, this sounds bad, but it's never when a person does something once because I'm like, hey, you did it once, you got bold, right?
Yeah.
Like when I see a person jumping on stage and like doing a big hug of a celebrity of a disinterested celebrity, I'm always like, I get the thrill. I get that. It's the fact that they allowed him to get away with it more than once
Third
that
time. Third time.
yeah, that gets me with this guy.
Yeah.
That's where I get.
Yeah. I just apologize to
That's
Justin for
where.
getting so heated earlier about that guy.
Okay,
I,
so who's ready for a compliment?
Yes, okay,
okay.
compliment. You got. He's got a
Compliment.
compliment. Finally, he's got a
Compliment
compliment.
away.
He's here to say nice
Okay,
things.
four good, zero notes,
For
perfect.
good,
So
amazing.
good.
Yeah, it was
From
so good.
My favorite part was like at the end when like she's in that little hideaway and Elphaba's on her side and they just split screen the like, with them both
Hmm.
getting upset and like their head and their hands on the door like
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed they didn't kiss at the end. I really wanted it.
See, but
I
they can't, Justin. They can't be in love with each other because the song's about friendship, not.
I mean,
not
a
lesbianism.
few tweaks, a few forlorning looks, it
No,
could be
Well,
romantic.
to be fair, Justin, there is probably a movie where that happens, but it's
They
not
got
this
like
movie.
that close, and I was like, they're gonna do it
Yeah, but the
again.
I
door, the
that was
door
the
left room,
door.
the door left room for the Holy Spirit, Justin.
I mean, yeah, leave those inches for God. You see,
I have never cried so hard as I did with that song. I
I
like
started to get a little. I was like,
wept.
oof. It was like during like I didn't care for most of the first part, but when they were doing Defying Gravity, I was like, oof. Yeah, no, this is like this is getting me a little bit. I'm like, this
I
is the
wept.
one of the two songs
Oh,
where like it was.
define. But here's the thing. This is why I recommend the stage play because both of those songs will bring a tear to your eye on on stage for sure. I to this day because
Yeah.
Defying they're both on my playlist. But Defying Gravity still gives me chills when I listen to it
Yeah,
because
true.
it's such a banger.
So
It's
here's
so
my
good.
play. Here's my play for that scene. Here's my question for you, play watchers. Um, is it does it is it led up to by all those weird little sing talky little bits, and then it does because it just seems like when she's like, "You need to get out of here now," but I have enough time to sing three separate songs to you and one extended one. Like does it happen that way in the musical? Because it just felt like a real long wind up to
I
For
don't
Good.
know what you're
No,
talking about though.
for good does. Are you talking about where she's like um I'm limited? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, no,
There's
that's
a
part of the song.
oh,
That's
okay,
the beginning
okay.
of the song. That's the beginning of the
Oh,
song.
okay. Because there's like she's got like Glinda sings a song to Elphaba and then Elphaba sings a
Mm.
song back to her and then she goes to walk away and then it kicks into For Good. And I was like this feels like it and I was like to be fair, I only know this song like disconnected out of context. I'm like yeah, maybe the scene
No,
I
that's
guess
all one
my
song.
question was
Yeah,
is it
it's all
better
one
than
song.
Defying Gravity in terms of its
N-
pacing? Because I know
No, because Defying
that number
Gravity
back
does
and
the same.
forth.
Technically, For Good has better pacing because Defying Gravity starts out with a lot of that back and forth.
Yeah.
My problem where they break it up is they break it up right at the climax of the song.
Yeah.
It's like they're like,
And
ah!
and I said this to you, I think also off air. I can now see where you're coming from now because now that I've seen now that I've seen Wicked Part 1 again before the For Good,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see it, and that kind of bothered me just a smidge.
It's
I just sorry, Jack, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's not just Wicked that does this, but Wicked does it a lot. It's like we went through this in part one. Like the logic of a stage musical, you talk until your emotions are so high that you have to sing, and then you sing until your emotions are so high that you have to dance. And when you break, it's a very odd subconscious thing that happens
Mhm.
because when you break the song off, you lose all that emotional and musical
I
momentum,
see.
and
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
have to start over because you can't start from a high point. I mean, I guess you can, but it's not as effective.
I
yeah.
didn't find that was that as bad as part one for that in this. Like the one that
No, no,
was
no,
the
no.
worst for that is I don't know what the name of the song is, but it's the song where Elphaba and Glinda become friends.
Popular.
It has not popular. The one where the one I think it's after popular. It's the one where she tricks her to going into the dance dressed as the witch.
That's all part of
That's before popular.
Is that before
yeah,
popular?
that's true. Yeah. Because
I,
popular is where they become besties.
Yeah, because it starts with them doing the first part of it, and then there's a huge dialogue break in the middle of it, and then
Oh,
she holds her
that's
hand
what
out
is
to her, they
this?
dance, and they kick back into it again.
You're either talking about
They're at the
because
big
that
club.
technically isn't that
Yeah.
Dancing Through Life? That's like
Yeah.
the
Dancing through life. Yeah, that's
well
the one. Yeah, yeah.
that does happen on stage because Dancing Through Life, the core
Yeah.
of it is the number where Fiero's like, "Hey kids, screw studying, let's go do drugs and dance." And then there is kind of like an interlude where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get ready for the party," and then it kind of comes back and forth.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's one song, but that's an instance. It's almost two different songs, but
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they
okay.
do
Okay.
break it up. Come back into it
Um,
is really more appropriate.
um, what was I gonna say? I did. I want to talk about Firo's little makeover one last time because it bothers me that much.
Bothers
It
me. It
bothers
bothers me.
Bothers me a
it
lot.
bothers me so much.
Why did his jacket become straw too? And actually, it was wheat. It wasn't
Magic.
Yeah,
straw, but it was
Magic.
wheat. It was wheat. It wasn't
yeah.
straw. Why? Do you not know your grains?
I mean, magic. I got nothing. I got nothing.
I'll tell you this. Why couldn't they go with like what the 1939
I was gonna say,
movie?
why not do that costume because it
Yeah,
worked.
If I
yeah,
had
If
to
it worked
guess,
in
probably
1939, it works today.
yeah.
any variances or differences from that movie just tells me it's a rights issue.
Maybe, but I mean, the Tin Man's pretty close to being spot on.
Yeah.
The Tin
But
Man's
I
pretty. I
guess
mean, the Tin Man's pretty good.
The
I don't
Tin
know.
Man,
I'd have to.
actually, I think the Tin Man is exactly. It looks
it's not
exactly.
it's not exactly he's got more of a he's got less of a human appearance in the legs, but like
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
face is almost verbatim.
but
yeah,
it's
and
also
then
like
It's
the
not
pretty
hat.
close.
quite the same shape.
Well,
Like
the original book, I think he's got like the upside down funnel because that's what it is.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, I mean, his backstory, that's like the thing that people don't get from that 1945 movie. That's verbatim his backstory. The
yeah.
Wicked Witch of the East was obsessed with him and chopped off his arm one leg or one limb at a time. Until he slowly became the Tin Man. And yeah, it's pretty spot on. I was impressed by that. I was like, oh wow, that's impressive.
It's
Attention.
pretty
Hey,
close.
it's a compliment. There's a
I
compliment.
I had a few questions though about like when Elphaba and Firo went off into like the outside of Oz.
Oh, the
Oh, you mean where they went off
the
to have
oh
weird sex with
Dune.
each other?
The yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
No, when they went to Blue Arrakis, yeah.
yeah. There's nothing there. How are you gonna survive? How are you gonna live?
Well, one of them's made of straw, so he need not imbibe.
Very specific part of the magic spell is live forever. I believe were her exact words.
How is she gonna live? How is she going to have
Magic.
shelter?
Magic.
Well, no, she's gonna come back when in the pursuit of being Glinda the Good, Glinda goes insane, and she has to come back and stop Glinda from taking over Oz.
Also,
That's Wicked Part 3.
There
was
is a
it?
Wicked Part 3 actually, and by God, I hope they don't make that movie.
It's in production.
Well,
They're
they can't do the book version of
yeah.
what would be Wicked Part 3 because
They
um
can't do Son of a Witch.
yeah, they cannot do Son of a Witch because while Fiyero and Elphaba do bang in this, it does not produce a child. So,
Well, it doesn't produce I mean, to be fair, it doesn't hard cut to 9 months later.
okay, fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And then I
Wait,
also
there
had
is a wait. Sorry. Hold on.
yep.
I'm just processing what you've just said to me. There's a sequel to this.
Oh yeah, it's called
There's a
Son of a
sequel,
Witch.
and then there's a third book.
Wait, what?
There's a third
Third
book.
book?
Say
Yeah.
The
what?
third book premise running thin, but we still got one more.
Actually, no, there's
Yeah.
four actually.
Oh God.
Say what? To be
Wizard.
fair, there's a shit ton of Oz books.
This
Like
is this is true.
I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot of them. Okay, so I'm not real great. It just felt like her and Fiero had bad chemistry. Like I don't know if that was just me. It just felt like they didn't have good.
Oh,
I thought again, Glinda and Elphaba had better chemistry than her and the guy.
Okay. So there's Wicked, Son of a Witch, A Lion Among Men, and Out of Oz.
Really?
Yeah.
They made 4 of these.
Yeah.
Wow. Have no fears. We have stories for years. You guys don't get that reference. That's a Simpsons reference.
Yeah.
Um,
And then before that, it's the Life of the Times, and like before any of those, it's the Life of the Times of the
I
Witch,
just,
Witch of the West. So there's 5.
I mean, you could theoretically do a midquel where it's about the 5 years in between 1 and 2. That would also be also the right.
that's gonna be a pretty boring movie.
I mean, yeah, fair
But
enough.
but my question to you guys is, how did the Grimoire open for Glinda if she has no power?
Because
Jordan,
Elphaba magicked her power
that's
over
it.
to
That's
Glinda.
Thank you.
Jordan's gonna feel very very vindicated when I tell him that you said that because that's what he said. He said
That's
it
what my mom
was.
said.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. He's gonna feel exceptionally vindicated then because he said that I said that it was Glinda activating. He said no, it's definitely Elphaba, and I went, oh, that didn't even occur to
Can
me.
she do that though? Can Elphaba do
She
that?
can she can now. It's not a
I
thing that
mean,
happens in the stage play.
Mm-mm.
this does set up for a sequel. I mean, I want to see more weird Ariana Grande Cynthia
I
Erivo PR.
I
Who doesn't?
never
Will we see pink Nazis? I think
I
we will.
I
We will.
And they're going to look fabulous.
I never really I never really thought of about Elphaba transferring her power over to people.
Well, see, my headcanon is, see, because Fiero and Elphaba go to Arrakis, they're gonna come back when they hear that Glinda is you know, doing the same
Mm,
old shit. They're gonna come back, but their eyes are gonna be blue, and Elphaba's gonna have the voice because she's gonna learn
See,
from
yeah.
Jordan's theory is that because Glinda was not born magical, the magic is going to corrupt her. Because he's convinced that this is a villain origin story. So he says that Elphaba is gonna have to come back to stop Glinda, who with good intentions
Yeah.
has instituted her own form of fascism.
like I said, Elphaba's gonna come back with blue eyes, and she's gonna be shit.
I will say this. I wonder how Madame Morble is fares now with her being in that little tiny monkey cage.
Well, see, that's the
I,
twist, though, is that Madame Morrivel's eventually going to be released from prison because Glinda's going to be like, I can't control these people. And Madame Morrivel's like, I can do that.
See, I would have said that Elphaba has to free her and team up with her
Yeah.
to save Glinda because Glinda's gonna get redeemed. She's not gonna be evil the whole. She's gonna turn back into a good guy by the end of it.
See, also, my sister did not believe me because when I saw Wicked for the first time ever, I swore to God, like that's what happened. Like, Chichery does say Miss Glinda. And she didn't and she kept denying it. I'm like, no, that's what, and he did it in the movie too. And I was like, see, that's what happens.
See, I thought I misheard because I thought he was saying the magic spell. I thought that she was gonna bring Elphaba back to life.
No.
That's what I thought was gonna happen, and
Mm-mm.
I thought that was the magic spell to bring Elphaba back to life. I wasn't expecting him to open up the trap door and her to just be there. Like, oh, all
No,
right, okay, cool,
like
okay. That feels
uh,
anticlimactic, but
because
whatever.
Chichery picks up the green bottle and hands it to and goes, Miss
Miss Glinda. Yep.
Linda, like kind of like shakily, and then hands her the bottle, and then I freak out because I'm like, oh my God, they did the musical thing.
That's pretty cool.
They did the thing with the
They did,
monkey.
they
And
did the thing with the monkey. The monkey's my favorite part. Yeah, a
I
lot of this
actually
was
dug, I did like how they handled the flying monkeys in this one
Did
because I
you
know
keep
it's pretty reminiscent, but still,
it,
I liked
it's
it.
a blink, it's a blink in the and you'll miss it, but this is my favorite part too. You remember in part one where like that one of the monkeys that broke through the window like grabbed onto Glinda's jacket and tore it off of her?
Hmm.
That same monkey you spot wearing that jacket.
Oh, neat.
Nice. I did not
That
notice that.
I did not.
Yeah,
I appreciate that attention to detail. That's pretty sweet.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Also, Virus bagging on Ariana Grande wasn't fair because that clip of her singing "Popular" with the little girl in the
Is
special
adorable.
was adorable.
It's
It was
adorable.
objectively the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
That was like the
It's
cutest.
my that and I didn't watch the whole thing because I'm unfortunately not as big a fan of Wicked as you are, Haley. So I just couldn't do that much Wicked in one evening. But I think
Yeah.
the clip of Cynthia Erivo flying over the audience, shit like that, because it just always makes me laugh because I'm just watching it, picturing the hours of rehearsal and the first time she did it, where she went, wee! Like it's like you're picturing all the behind the scenes moments of like her how she has to sit perfectly still because it's probably terrifying. It's all
Them
great.
them and Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel singing for good, and then like adding that line to about the torch being passed on. I wept. I wept.
Good
I
stuff.
cried. I
Yeah, it's
cried.
good stuff.
It's good stuff.
So you guys don't feel that this improves upon because okay, here guys, man, I'll frame this question a different way. Do you guys agree with the sentiment that the second half of Wicked is notoriously bad?
The veil between her world and the other realm has faded, unleashing magic into the lives of ordinary citizens. Awakening from a 4-year coma, Tori James discovers a world transformed. For some, like Tori, the unveiling ignites hidden abilities. With her expertise in classical languages, she's drawn into a world of thieves and magic. Join Tori on her magical journey in Book 1 of the Unveiled book series, Revival. Unveil your destiny.
Know that I'd say it's notoriously bad, but I don't think it makes any improvements over the musical.
Interesting, because that I saw a lot of online sentiment of people being like, "Well, everyone knows that the second half of Wicked is bad, so it doesn't take much to polish a turd." I was like, I'm not a fan of this.
Well,
So
okay. I will say I think people are being a little overly harsh there because here's the thing. Yeah, like it's worse, but because part one has defying gravity, and that's really where the best part of the story happens. That's Elphaba's change. That's it's all most of the highlights are in part one, and part two is very much wrapping up the story. So it's kind of unfair because is it worse? Yes, but does that mean it's bad? No, not at all. That's like
totally
saying
fair.
that's
That's
like
fair.
saying that's like saying A New Hope sucks because Empire Strikes Back is better. Like it's not
That's fair.
true.
That is fair. That's what I've kind of had. That's what I've had a feeling. Because I'm like, as just the movie guy, I'm like, yeah, it's got all the same problems for me the first one has, but it has nothing to do with the musical, and that's just all movie stuff.
Well, and I mean, and here's the other thing too. That this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but the best number is in part one, but part two has more good numbers than part one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Because part two has for good, obviously.
Yeah.
It's got no good
Well,
deed.
And
It's
I
got
don't
As
know.
Long As You're Mine. It's got the I'm Not That Girl reprise, which is a much more emotional moment.
I really like No One Warns the Wicked.
And for
No One
some
Warns the Wicked is good.
and for some reason, I really like it, even though it's a short song. But there is a problem I have with it. Every day there's Wicked. I do enjoy that song in the musical.
Isn't that
Every
just a reprise of No One Warns
Yeah,
the Wicked, though? Yeah.
yeah.
So that's
But
the part two. Uh, I
but
think
I
it's in
do
a
enjoy
different.
it.
It's in a different key, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little bit. Yeah,
But
it's a little bit darker, which
yeah,
it should be.
yeah. And then when it goes and it leads right into Thank Goodness.
Yeah.
Speaking of Thank Goodness though, I loved it. I did love it. However, they cut Madame Morbo talking about that, like talking about what happened.
Because Michelle Yeoh can't sing.
Because yeah, she has two lines in two songs, and they're both bad. Just flat out not good, bad. Bad,
God, I
flat,
cannot.
awful.
Like, I don't dislike Michelle Yeoh, but
I don't dislike her either. This is just not. This is what is she
this is
doing
not
in this?
her. This is
Her
not
and
her
Jeff
deal.
Goldblum. I'm both
No.
like, why are you here? Why are
Honestly,
you
though, it's
here?
better that it's better than James Corden being in it.
But James
This
Corden
is
can
true.
sing.
You know what, James Corden? I can't believe I'm going to say this. James Corden would have been a better choice for the Cowardly Lion.
I don't disagree. I
Just
just think
what's the joke they made?
make him foppishly British.
No, I
Yeah, no,
think
somebody made the joke once at his expense, where they were talking about James Corden being in Cats, and he was like, Cat, so we got to see James Corden be a fat pussy, and he was in
Ah,
Cats.
and he was in Cats. Okay, so
um
it is. I meant to ask Jordan this on the way home, and I completely forgot. Was the Cowardly Lion hating Dorothy a bit that was carried over from the first movie that I forgot?
Yeah,
yes.
well, the character's there, but I gotta say, I don't love the Cowardly Lion in this movie. I don't. I don't think he's in it enough.
I liked Coleman Domingo actually.
The voice is all
Eh.
right, but there
I
just isn't
was
enough with the character to
Yeah,
really.
but to answer your question though, too, yes, he was. I don't think he hated her. I just think he was afraid of her because
Well, sorry, go ahead.
because all he's ever known was the life inside that cage, and like he says, like Ethan Slater said, she just ripped him away from his only home.
But it's an excuse. It's I always took it as the Cowardly Lion doesn't hate her, but everyone tells him that he should hate her, and because he's a
Yeah,
coward, he doesn't do
Oh.
anything about it. Because the Cowardly Lion's barely there in the
yeah.
musical.
No, yeah. So sorry, just to go back. So but that scene, that was a scene in the first movie, because I couldn't remember if there was a moment where it was like, this is going to go on to be the Cowardly Lion in the next one. I didn't
Oh
remember what
yeah,
happened.
yeah. That's
Oh,
it. But
okay.
that's just shout out. Like it's not supposed to be funny at all, but it made me chuckle when like they're like, go kill the witch, and everybody else is kind of like apprehensive, but Tin Man's like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, you're like, let's
Yeah.
do it.
It's like one step away from Hugh Jackman. Let's
He's
fucking
like, he's like,
And
I
then
am rock steel for vengeance right now.
the
go.
and then and well, you know the line, for once I'm glad I'm heartless, I'll be heartless killing her.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but
that's why
that's in the song.
Yeah.
for me as a person who's like that. That's where I'm like, they're trying to tie it to the 1940s movie
Oh,
felt
sure,
weird
yeah.
because
There's a
he's like,
lot of
I
well,
want
in
bloody screaming vengeance, and then I'm gonna go off to be not Buddy Holly, whoever the hell
Buddy
plays
Holly.
plays him in the 1940s version. I forget what his name is. Buddy something.
Buddy Holly.
if I only had a heart.
He had to say he was
And
an
then meanwhile in
affable.
his head he's like vengeance.
Right, he was just an affable guy singing about, oh, I'm a little loaded, and I'm like, it's just not squaring with me.
Hey, he does blow off some steam in the 39 movie.
Yeah, maybe like toot toot. I no longer want to
Um,
cut off her head. Toot toot.
Maybe
I
just a hand.
even though you don't really see Toto as much, I did like Toto, the dog that they got to
Oh,
pick out.
The CGI dog.
It's not a CGI dog.
I know, I'm being an
You're
asshole.
being an ass. Uh,
I want more maniacal Tin Man. I want this to become a horror movie where he travels with Dorothy as a cover because what you don't know is he just slaughtered a small farm village.
I
I
think
mean,
there is a horror movie of the Wizard of Oz. It's called Dorothy Gale.
Oh God.
I kind of be down for Dexter, but he's the Tin Man. He just he takes out the occasional irreputable munchkin. Sure, I'm
Or
sure there's a
something.
couple.
Or no, it's called Gale, I think.
No, you can just call it the Woodsman.
The Woodsman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
I like the
Gale.
Woodsman. That's
Get
solid.
on that. Get on that.
I'll have
Someone's
to
going
look it
up.
up and send it to you, but
Hey,
I
how
remember
how
the
wild how wild is this? Is that barring some kind of very unfortunate accident, we will all be alive to see the Wizard of Oz turn 100.
That's wicked.
It's not far away.
It's really not.
speaking of Wizard of Oz, though, I can't watch it anymore now that I
Why
know
not?
about Wicked and stuff, and I've seen Wicked and stuff, and it makes me feel icky.
I
Oh,
mean,
don't, because it's so good.
it's
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 amazing how well it
really
holds up.
it's really good though.
It is really good, and it was my favorite movie until Wicked kind of wrecked it for me.
I was shocked. I
I
watched.
would have thought Oz and Great and Powerful would have wrecked it for you, but hey.
I maybe yeah.
Oh, well, I just
Eh,
forget that movie even
Yeah,
exists.
Maybe
we try. I will say one good thing about that movie. Um, what's the Wicked Witch's name in that one? Because it's not Elphaba. It's
It's
oh no, it's not Alphabet. What is it?
Amora?
something Dora. Yeah,
Oh,
or
as
Aura.
Adora,
Isadora.
Isadora.
Her fire entrance in that movie is badass.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only good part of that
That
movie.
fight scene between Glinda and her, though,
That
that's
was
just
funny.
stupid. That was stupid.
No, it was
That
hilarious.
that
I
looks
loved it.
That looks so fake and
It was
like
supposed to because Glinda doesn't know what she's doing and Elphaba's being nice.
and like that close up shot. I'm like, why are we doing that?
I mean, that's
Why?
okay. We don't have to worry about another one because James Franco got canceled. It was really funny
Wait, are
how
we
they
talking about Wicked or?
the odds are great and powerful.
Oscar and Powerful.
They'll
That
never make another one.
Oh, I thought you were talking
that
about the fight in Wicked.
the fight in Wicked for good. That one was fucking hilarious.
I was gonna say
That
that
was
was funny.
that
That
was
was
that
good.
was
That
solid.
was good stuff.
That was solid.
that
That's pretty good.
slap.
That,
That's
that little
those.
sequence is really
They did the slaps and oh my god.
It was funny though when Glinda slapped Elphaba. I just happened to look over at my wife and she just goes.
good.
Sh- mhm.
Take her
She was like,
business.
she was like, mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need it.
See, I'm on Elphaba's side.
I to be fair, I blame Fiero for that mess. I don't
Yeah,
particularly blame Elphaba.
I don't blame
Yeah.
Elphaba.
Because,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the reason this doesn't become Elphaba is the villain per se is because um, Fiero, at least in the musical, that's why I had a slight problem with this movie. In the musical, Fiero never actually really is like with Glinda. She's just always kind of around him, and everybody assumes.
I
So that
blame
isn't like
Glinda
arranged marriage.
a slight more than I do Fiero. I blame Fiero some, but I blame Glinda a lot more because she's the
Way
one
to
that gave them the idea um to uh have something happen to Nessa Rose.
In this movie, yes, I don't.
No,
That
in
doesn't
the
happen in the
musical
play.
too. In the musical
Really?
too. In the musical too.
Oh, I forgot that.
Jordan
She didn't.
maintains this movie's a villain origin story. He says that's
Well,
part of the
to
villain
be
origin
fair,
story.
Glinda says start a rumor.
Yeah.
She doesn't say drop a house on her because
Yeah.
that's a pretty big leap.
But in the musical too, Madame Morble does say that will never work.
Isn't she way
How
less
about
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
character though?
changing the weather?
but that's Madame Morrible. That's
Yeah.
not Glinda.
Isn't
No.
Madame Morrible way less of a character in the play?
Comparatively to this, but because Michelle Yeoh probably has a contractually obligated amount of screen time.
I'm sure she
But
does.
okay, yeah, that wasn't Glinda per se, but I do
She
still
pointed
blame
out her
her.
Oscar and went,
But I still blame
Just tapped
Glinda.
it.
I still blame Glinda though, because had she not mentioned anything about her sister, about Opha's sister, she
Yeah,
wouldn't.
but that's okay. So I'm gonna think of an example that's kind of like saying, hey, you should watch your speed in this neighborhood because you might hit a child, and then someone intentionally hits a child because like they got the idea from you saying, hey, don't do that because you could hit a child. That's not your fault.
That logic sound to me.
That's the legal difference between incitement and not incitement. If Glinda says, hey, you should kill her sister, then Glinda's the dick.
Yeah,
It's like, hey,
But
if you
but
go,
I don't see how it's Fira's fault.
no, not for Nessa Rose. I'm talking
No.
about the relationship.
Oh, okay. I thought we were
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
Fiero had nothing to do with Nessa Rose.
Yeah.
he is Archie. They are Betty and Veronica, and he is somehow in the 1950s dating both of them at the same time. That is a thing that has blown my mind for literal decades of my life. It was the 1950s. How did he get away with two women?
I
Would've
did.
been
Because
frowned
there were
upon
no
back then.
because there wasn't no ring on that finger, even though there wasn't no
I
ring on that finger.
I loved. Okay. This is gonna be a slight callous about against the musical. I did
Uh-oh.
love
What's
Glinda's
mean?
For Good dress more in the movie more than the musical.
It's a more flattering dress.
Yes.
I will say, yeah, man. There wasn't any moment. There wasn't any moments in this movie where I went Glinda eat a cheeseburger. So that's good. I often find
This
myself
is
saying that
true.
about.
She looked healthier in this one.
I find myself at moments looking at Ariana Grande being like, "Eat a cheeseburger." It's
So
Ariana.
eat a veggie burger if you like, because maybe
They're
she's sworn
del-
off meat.
Oh,
Eat a
that's fair.
burger of
Oh,
some type with calories
fun
and carbs.
Just carbs, calories, and some protein, Ariana. If you could
fun
do it for me, that'd be
fun
great.
fact. Fun fact though, now that you said veggie burger, uh, Jeff Goldblum said, I can't remember where he said this, but he said after filming this whole two movies, he's sworn off meat. He's
He
never
he
he
he does know that animals can't actually talk, right?
He's Jeff
well
Goldblum. He
no
absolutely does not know that. He believes
no
animals can talk. He's
he the
he-
reason why no he said
Because
why
animals actually can talk. We just don't listen. We just don't listen.
he said why though he said because he felt because he felt so disgusted with like all the animal cruelty in Oz and stuff and like with all the animal stuff that he was like
I love
not
Jeff
I'm not
Goldblum. Don't get me wrong, but
I think he missed.
that sounds like just such a line of bullshit that he said in an interview.
I
Like
think he
on
missed the metaphor
press.
here.
Yeah, no, it's a
I think
racism metaphor, Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, I think he really missed the
It's
metaphor.
about
I think you took it a little too literally, Jeff.
it's about
yeah
class displacement.
yeah
I the I will say that again the Munchkins are a little more that group of people coded. Let's
Yeah,
say that.
yeah, they seem to be pretty okay with the anti-animal hate until they have to have papers to travel, which
Whoa, whoa,
is
whoa.
not the same. It's not the same thing because that is just Nesseros keeping Bach from leaving.
was that added because that I don't remember that
Yeah,
being added
I don't remember that part, but okay, I might have been reading too much into this. I was feeling real like when because the way they pulled the family off the train, I was feeling really like anti-ice sentiment there.
Oh, see, for me,
oh
it instantly goes to the 1940s people.
See that's what I'm
fuck
hoping. Oh
that
yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right because that's where I saw the SS
yeah
Because as soon
uniforms.
as they're
Yeah.
like papers, please, and yeah, I instantly went. It's that group of people that you get in trouble for talking about on the internet.
I never really understood why like I understood
It
I
sounded insidious.
I
Sorry.
and I understood why
The Yahtzees.
The
they
Yahtzees.
didn't want animals to travel, but or I mean munchkins to travel, but why not the animals?
Well,
Uh,
because they wanted the animals to travel away.
Okay.
because that's what happens when you displace a group of people.
Say,
You tell them
Munchkins, you stay here.
pretty much. We
Well,
like you for
she only
cheap
did that
labor.
they only did they only did that though. She only did that though because she didn't want Bach to
Unpaid.
leave.
She didn't want Bach to leave. Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
we need the
yeah.
animals to go, but we need you to get into the tight, tiny spaces that we can fit in.
We need the animals to go two at a time if they could.
Another question though. Where the fuck did
Really,
that magical opening in the Yellow Brick Road come from?
really, just in a Nazi and a Noah's Ark joke.
I mean, they're animals. It made sense.
Wow, bravo! That's
Uh, uh, uh.
tremendous.
Oh, I didn't even
I'm just
realize
saying,
that.
100% off the dome. Yeah.
You're
Fantastic.
stop. Stop talking
Yeah,
shit.
the magical gateway hole under the road.
Where did that
Yeah,
fuck come from?
that was fucking stupid.
I, I, I
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh,
I was
actually, I made a joke in the theater, and it made me laugh to myself when the animals are talking about we have to go away to another place. I'm like, to fucking Narnia?
that's what joke. Oh my god! Again, another thing that Jordan's gonna find vindicating because he said the same
they
thing. He's like the Narnians have come back at the end.
like
They've
they
all
went
returned. Mr. Tumnus has
they
returned.
like are they like not thinking straight? Like if they go to the out of Oz area with like the sand and everything, they're gonna die instantly. Or
I
quick
mean,
Because you
that's
see,
because
true.
the carnivores will turn on the herbivores,
Oh, see, I was just gonna say it's hard to walk in sand with hooves.
well that too,
but
but
not
Like,
impossible. Camels do it.
camels do
but
it all the time.
don't they have a particularly
I,
adapted kind of hoof for it?
I'm sure they do
But I'm just
because
saying a goat, he'd sink right in.
I rode a camel before and that was fun
Also, did they get Peter Dinklage back? He doesn't talk at the end, right?
at the zoo. No, he
I don't
doesn't
think they
talk.
paid for I don't think they paid for Peter Dinklage to come back for the second one.
No, they did not. Question
He's
about
on.
that, by the
No, I
way.
can't. He's on. He's no. Actually, I do have to make this joke. I'm sorry, Haley. He's off pissing off. Oh shit! What's his name? Oh, I set up the joke without remembering the guy from WWE. The
Oh,
little.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, he's off pissing off Hornswoggle. There we go.
Hey, I'm with Hornswoggle on that one.
Que- Question about that, by the way. When they release all the animals and everything's back to normal, and Dr. Delmon goes back to teaching, how is he gonna teach? He still can't speak, right?
He's got to work at it.
That I had an issue with how neatly the end was wrapped up because of that. Because, like, yeah, no,
Let's
like
montage
everything,
through the ending, through the
like
resolution.
everything just goes like everything just goes back to normal, as if the last 5 years have never happened, and it's kind
Yeah,
of like
but
because there was animal discrimination happening before they even get to shiz. That doesn't just
yeah,
go away.
right.
No, but also, I mean, I guess the implication is that yeah, with the new sovereign of the land, Queen Glinda the Good, there's now no racism. She cured and
Um,
solved racism. Everybody,
now
no more
that
racism.
Also now that Madame Morble's in jail, I feel like they need a new headmaster for Shiz.
Well,
She's not.
theoretically, at least in this movie, that theoretically could have been Dr. Dilliman.
You think?
She's not the headmaster though. She's the head of the
That's true. She had left.
the movie introduces the movie introduces a new character, or the first movie introduces a
Oh, it's
new
right.
character
Right,
that is
right.
the headmaster. She's the
Right.
head of the magic department, I think.
No, in the first one they said that she was the head.
She's the minister of propagandation.
Yeah,
Um
yeah.
in the
Madam Goebbels.
in the first one she was headmaster. Was she not?
She was, yeah, but she
Yeah.
got promoted because she was
No,
like,
in the first one there's a I remember this very specifically. There's a heavy set woman that they introduce
Gila settles.
uh
Yeah.
who is the new a new character that they created specifically for the
Yeah.
movie. I remember this specifically. This is a hill I will die on. I remember
I
that.
remember her because I that was Kia Settles.
Yeah, she does absolutely nothing, and contributes nothing, and it easily could have been Madame Morbles, but yeah, they added a new character to the movie for some reason.
Um
oh, so she's like a real college administrator.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, a little bit,
accurate.
yeah,
but
yeah.
um but that's why I was kind of wondering, like, who's gonna take her place once she disappears.
I'm sure Glinda will install someone who conforms to her ideas of what goodness is.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
she'll have her own gobbles.
I
Gobbles?
Jimmy Gobble?
Gobbles? Gobbles?
I do, and I also wonder what happened to what's gonna happen to the monkeys now.
They're going to live free.
And fly hard.
Okay, so they're just free now.
God, there's all of the jokes in this episode are for like two people, and
They're
they're
just
high
free now,
fiving each
just
other,
flying around.
and nobody else. Nobody else is laughing. It's for like three people. I'm one of the three people.
Yeah,
I'm
Jake's
only
the
laughing because I was trying to come up with a joke, and then you.
Jake's the second person, then Jordan's the third. He will laugh when I tell him the joke later.
don't.
That's it. That's the. I will not apologize for it though.
This is why we're friends.
Yeah, this is why we do Star Trek
What,
together, Jake.
what was that thing that
Oh my god.
Jake said in a
Oh,
post?
I'm crying.
And then it went right over my head, and then I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then when I finally
Oh,
got it,
now I can't remember.
Oh, it was I know what you're talking about too.
I know what you're
Because I
talking about,
was
but I don't remember what I said.
because it took me a second to get it too. I was like, oh no, yeah, no, I'm ashamed to admit it took me just as long to get it as it did Haley. So it's like, oh, it's clever. Uh, I'm proud of that. I'm on top of my game tonight. Would you believe I've been up since 2:30 my time? You will believe a man can fly a kite. You will believe that she will do broom foo. I actually, that's kind of what it looked. I jest. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I liked how she flew in and she was beating up all the guys with the broom. That was pretty. That was a pretty fun little sequence. I was. Yeah, Jordan just kind of went. It was all right. That's just my big thing. It's all right. I had an all right time.
Oh gosh. I don't remember what was said. I remember being very proud of the joke too. That's the sad part.
I remember what it was because I remember. Oh, that's good. I had it's one of those was one of those moments I had to go back and reread it because like, oh, that was good.
I occasionally have a moment.
That's what I always
I
say.
know. I'll find it. Oh,
Live free and fly hard.
That's what they do.
Oh God.
That's what they did. Again, it's a joke for like three people. I love jokes for three people. The
But
one guy named
ironically,
Ken.
those are always our most popular jokes, are the ones where we're just popping each other.
My one of my all time has this is unrelated, but my favorite comment I've ever seen on one of our Final Frontier videos was when I went, I'm probably being narcissistic for laughing at my own joke, and the one comment went, no, you laugh at your own jokes, sir. And
You
basically, I'm paraphrasing.
absolutely.
Be proud of your jokes. And I'm like, all right, I
Thank
will
you,
be proud of
sir.
them. Thank you for the acknowledgement and the validation. I appreciate it.
anyway, I do. Well,
Oh, I got a question. How did I not notice that Fierro had a British accent in the first one, but it bothered me so much in this one?
Did he?
Yeah,
Now that you've said that, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
I didn't even notice it in the first one.
Huh. Yeah,
Because I literally thought in the theater, I'm like, did he lose an accent?
to be fair, Jordan was very
found it.
smart to watch the first one this morning. I really should have, but I needed to watch They
Oh,
Live. So
oh, she found it.
I found it. I found it.
excellent.
Oh my God. I said because it was a like a from like Disworld, the best Disney, and it was like a side by side of Mother Gothel and Catherine. What's her
Oh
name?
yes, yes.
And I said, and I said, I do see the vision, and Jake literally goes, I know, I see Agatha, and it took me so
Yes,
long to fucking get it, and I'm
it
like,
Okay, yeah,
son
now I
of a
remember.
bitch.
yes, I remember that because I remember I had to go back and reread it. I went, no, I got it. That's funny. That's solid.
I'm like,
Because
you son of a bitch.
I saw it at work and I'm like I'm crafting out the post like no actually I do kind of see it. She actually would be kind of good as Mother God. And I was like oh no
Oh,
I
wait a minute.
that's good. Wait a minute.
You son of a
Ah,
bitch.
I was
That's
proud of
good.
that.
That was good. That was so
I
solid.
remember
Solid zinger.
I commented, I was like, you son of a bitch.
S- solid zinger.
Although
So
my favorite comment threads, because so many people, Justin, you'll appreciate this one. On Toon Talk, we did a short about the movie Imperium because I was telling people about it,
Yeah,
and like so many fantastic comments
yeah.
on that short. My favorite up until the one I'm going to tell you about was "You're a grand wizard, Harry."
that's a good one.
But then somebody he went from and it's with emojis, like he went from lightning bolt to two lightning bolts, and I went, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I mean my
Got one
favorite
more
comment.
left. How long is it gonna take to stay?
Oh no, 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 that's totally an SS joke.
My, my favorite comment is always going to be the guy who wanted to
Oh my
throw a
God.
comically large pie at Jordan's face. That will always be the funny. He doesn't
Oh,
find that comment amusing, but I will always find it amusing.
oh,
Yeah, no, that's my favorite comment thread.
dear Lord.
That
Because
it,
here's the thing, nobody has been. They're just all solid. Like they're not offensive jokes, but they're all solid
you're like, oh,
jokes.
Yeah.
that's good. I can't deny that's funny. That's
Um,
funny. Funny is funny. I'm a guy who's like funny is funny.
Hey, listen here. I will always say everything can, well, not everything, but almost everything can be made funny in some way. And the reason I know this is because Mel Brooks made Nazis funny with
He
Springtime
did
for
make
Hitler.
he did make nuts funny. Yeah, I can make most things funny. There's certain things that you can't. It depends on the context. It's like there's a very big difference between I'm making this funny for
yeah.
Jordan and no one will ever hear this and it's reprehensible shit. And it's
Um,
something I would say on the internet to you guys. Big difference.
I'm
Learn
sorry,
to
if you don't at least chuckle at "Come on, Europe, we're going on tour."
I mean,
I'm
it's
sorry.
springtime for Hitler.
I got lost it, but when you
Or
when you did that.
I mean, my favorite
I
is
love
always
it.
be a smarty. Join the Nazi party. That so many, so many. I mean, see,
We get flagged so much.
okay,
Because
I will
it's
do a
the
fam.
producers.
I'll do a I'll do a family friendly joke. I'll do a family. Jordan, I was watching UHF this morning, and there's randomly a song about the Beverly Hillbillies, and
Yeah.
Jordan was like, just so you know. I mean, he's like, would you not expect the thing with the Weird Al to have a random musical number about the Beverly Hillbillies? It's something you should have come to expect from his oeuvre, and it just kept going back and forth like that. It was really funny. It was like, yeah, how could you not
Dude,
expect? You're the weird one
I'm
for not
so
expecting that to show up in that movie.
I'm
I, I
so sorry,
have
YouTube.
I have only one thing to say to you, Justin. Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Conan the
Uh,
librarian. My
so yeah.
favorite is the Rambo. Anyway.
Oh,
Anyway,
the Rambo bit is hilarious. UHF is an underrated gem.
Ugh, underrated Jim. So
any
I, I,
last
I
things?
wanna I wanna I wanna end on a compliment.
Okay.
Once again,
I have a question then.
once
Go.
again the production design is incredible.
Yeah.
This movie looks really good.
Yeah.
When Ariana Grande, I keep joking about it, but Cynthia Erivo and joking aside, and Ariana Grande, when they're on screen together, are just so good.
Yeah.
They are so good. They're
Their
so
voices
good.
melt together,
They do.
Don't
Yeah.
care what Virus says. They are pitch perfect casting. They are great together. Their
I
chemistry is phenomenal. It's
I had
so good.
and I'll say this though, and like I didn't hear what Virus said last because I had to leave. I had to like bolt out of there because I was like, I'm getting too heated right now. I'm gonna say something I'm gonna regret, or I'm gonna start something I regret, and
Do it.
yeah.
Okay, I'm kidding. Sorry, I'm a bad
Do it.
influence. Do it. I'm a bad influence.
Like Wicked
Poking the
means
stick.
so much to me, and I told Justin this too. When I left that podcast, I was like, I just had like I was heated, and I was telling him the story of like how much Elphaba means to me, and like how like Elphaba's story feels like almost my story because like I felt unseen a lot, like she had, and I felt invisible and just like I'm different. I'm too different, and that was bad and like and then but then I met you guys, and then I started this podcast, and now I'm having my defying gravity moment, and you guys are my Glindas.
Oh, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, Ariana
Toss
Grande is an
toss.
incredibly talented woman. I don't know,
Ew.
that's a fair compliment.
So
To be
and
fair, he went all
I
in
will
on
take it.
Ariana Grande, not Alphabet. I'm just pointing
That's
that out
fair.
there. Yeah, no, he had nothing but nice things to say about Alphabet. Just throwing that out there.
but I'm just saying like so for him to have like quote unquote, I don't think he attacked it, but like I just
No, no,
like
no, 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 no. And here's the thing. He admitted he hadn't seen the play, so
yeah.
he doesn't understand that Glinda's character changes. In
Yeah.
part one, that's who Glinda is. I think after he sees part two, he's gonna see the vision
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then be like,
Uh,
"Oh, okay," because she has an arc and she
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
But also, I haven't seen the play, and I was there. Very definitely there was moments in that first part where I'm like, oh yeah, I can see where this is gonna pay off. This is the setup to
Yeah.
the payoff, and then I could see it forming, and I enjoyed it as someone who's like, oh okay. And when I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, I like the fact that I didn't pick up on the fact at the beginning of the first part that Glinda was faking it.
Mhm.
Like I thought that she could do magic. So I love the slow reveal that all
I
of her shit is a facade. Like that was super cool. I really enjoyed that. That as a person who didn't know anything, that was organic to me. And so that was
Yep.
I love the political aspect of this. Like that's the
Mhm.
parts of this I found interesting,
Um so
particularly the music.
with that being said, did you guys have anything final thoughts?
I do have a question for you guys as fans of this.
Yes.
So you're Haley, you're totally against the idea of a third one.
Yes.
Wow,
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's so.
over
no,
it's
it's
called
not a good
overkill.
idea.
It's a
No, it's
thing
called The
called
Wizard
over
of Oz. It
Yeah.
exists already.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, this one was the Wizard of Oz, but
Um
I,
I will say this because a third one, guess what? I got one word for you. overkill. There's a such thing as overkill, and I think a third
I
one
respect
would
that.
overkill it.
I respect that.
Let it be.
I respect that. I respect. It would be very easy to be like, nah, man, crank out at least one more, complete a trilogy. I respect that. I respect that you're like, no, what, two. Okay. Actually, no, I did have one more question because I've seen this discourse. I've seen a lot of people say that this isn't a sequel.
No, it's technically a
Its
compendium.
own, yeah,
Yeah, and I was like, that's interesting, and I agree. I was like, yeah, no,
yeah.
it's not.
It's a
When you,
continuum.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Um,
That was my final bit. That's my
No,
final bit.
definitely see it because even though we have to explain this all the time, Justin, is like just because we're critical of something doesn't mean that we're anti the
Uh,
thing.
criticism does not equal condemnation. It was a phrase I heard that it's stuck with me. It's like, yeah, you could be critical. We could be critical of the things we love, and also I think people have trouble saying, man, I'm not the target demographic here. I'm not a 13 to 14-year-old girl. I'm not like, or I'm not a Gen Zer. I'm not, yeah. It's just I'm not the target demo here, and I get that. It's not my kind of musical. It's just not, and I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. It doesn't have to be for me. It could be for the people who applauded it at the end. Like
yeah.
that's
Um,
totally cool in my opinion. That's great.
I want to apologize to my viewers for my outburst, but
Don't worry, fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
that
Also,
fucking asshole deserved it.
how was your guys' just sorry, what one more. Was your guys' theater busy? How was your turnout?
Mine was pretty busy on the
Mine
first
was
night. Yeah,
packed.
yeah, mine was
I
packed.
love packed houses. I love butts and seats because I'm a movie theater guy. So
Yeah.
every little girl that was there watching it with their parents, I was like, oh, I love it. That makes me happy.
All right. And with that being said, though, go see Wicked for Good. Put
Go
your
check
butt
it
in
out.
those seats.
Go
Enjoy
check it out.
it. Bring
If you're a
tissues.
Wicked fan, you're gonna have a good time.
Bring tissues because you will cry like I did.
I was wondering, speaking of tissues, I was wondering how far they were going to take that the bed scene. Because I mean,
I,
when Fierro's collar was undone, I was like, oh, are
I
we
was like,
We
doing
saw the
this? Like,
aftermath. We saw the aftermath. It's
I
fine.
went there. I went. Oh, no, there's children in the
yeah,
audience. Oh, this
we saw
is.
the afterglow, but I was like, how far are we going to take this? Because like Alphaba like takes off the jacket, and I'm like,
This is
I'm like,
risque.
this is PG, right?
Also,
Like,
how did she get that robe? How did she
I
get that
don't
robe?
don't know.
And that
Magic.
and those lingerie. And that lingerie.
In her
Magic.
spare time, when she's not freeing the or stopping the patriarchy, Elphaba participates in quick change acts.
Da 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 da.
Well,
Now she's wearing a different clothes.
well, with that being said, I guess, like I said, go see Wicked for Good. Bring tissues because you're gonna need them, like I did. Um, and yeah, with that being said, I am off, and I will see you guys in the next one.